Earlier today, 30 of Larry Nassar's victims tell their story in court as Nassar listens. ExUSA Gymnastics doc. Larry Nassar faces assault victims. Chrissy Teigen offers to pay gymnast fine if she speaks out about doctor in the last hour. Biles says doctor sexually abused her in the last 2 hours. Dozens of victims confront disgraced ExUSA Gymnastics coach. Teigen offers to pay Maroneys legal fees. Chrissy Teigen has offered serious support to McKayla Maroney. US Gymnastics team doctor faces victims of abuse in court in the last 4 hours. Larry Nassar's abuse victims, in their own words, sex abuse victim calls exports doctor repulsive liar. In court, sexual abuse victims confront repulsive predator Larry Nassar. Dozens of women describe abuse by ex-doctor Larry Nassar. Biles says she too was abused by team doctor. Chrissy Teigen pledges to pay $100,000 fine for McKayla Maroney Exdoctors. Victims recount sex abuse as young gymnasts. Raisman slams USA Gymnastics. I don't think they care. Chrissy Teigen offers to pay Nassar, accuses $100,000 fine. How dare you women address Larry Nassar at his sentencing hearing. Chrissy Teigen will pay McKayla Maroney's $100,000 fine to speak up, while Chrissy Teigen makes extraordinary offer to sexual abuse victim Me Too. Simone Biles says she was also sexually abused by Larry Nassar. Live from court. Larry Nassar sentencing hearing in the last 6 hours. US Gymnastics coach confronted by sex abuse victims. Victim of ExUSA Gymnastics doctor says abuse led to dad's suicide. Victim of former USA Gymnastics doctor says abuse led to dad's suicide. What Larry Nassar's victims said when they confronted him in court. Raisman. USA Gymnastics told me to be quiet. USA Gymnastics abuse scandal. The story so far. Olympic champion Simone Biles reveals sexual abuse by team doctor Nassar sentencing. Brutal remarks from victims turned survivors. Nassar abused me hundreds of times. Victims addressed disgraced USA Gymnastics coach Larry Nassar. Larry Nassar sex abuse victims face him in court. Abuse victims confront repulsive liar Nassar in court. McKayla signed NDA to stay silent about abuse in the last 8 hours. Simone Biles, latest athlete to accuse USA Gymnastics doctor of sexual abuse. Are you remorseful? Former gymnast asks disgraced USA Gymnastics doctor. Victims address disgraced US Gymnastics coach Larry Nassar. Simone Biles. I was sexually abused by gymnastics doctor. Victims begin statements at Nassar sentencing. Simone Biles says she was sexually abused by Team USA doctor Larry Nassar. Simone Biles. Larry Nassar abused me. Simone Biles is champion. That's what matters. Dozens of Larry Nassar's sexual abuse victims speak out in court. Larry Nassar's accusers speak out during sexual abuse case sentencing video. Larry Nassar's victims confront him during his sentencing. Simone Biles breaks her silence. I am not afraid to tell my story. Larry Nassar's victims begin reading statements in court.